Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Incompetent Nerds. I'm your host, Mark, along with Tank again.
What up?
And this week we are bringing to you just a topic we've always been nerds about. It's for a very, very long time. Video games. As many of you know, E3 was this weekend, or this week, rather. And we're just going to break down our thoughts and see where it goes from there. This is like one of our OG nerdisms. So let's get right into it.
Well, before we begin, I know you're happy it's over. Traffic's gone.
Dude, I never go downtown LA unless you have to. I think that's like a key to every city. It's like not unless you have to.
Yeah. Oh man, wasn't it like this was the same time 2 years ago, right? Or 3 years ago when I went to LA and I still saw like the E3 signs and everything still up. Part of me cried. I wanted to go.
Sometimes they put like billboards to like hype it up, and then I feel like there's something at the convention center every week.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
but yeah.
Let's start this off. This year's E3 was lackluster. Every time.
Only because Sony wasn't there?
Not because Sony wasn't there. It's every time. This always happens. The year before new consoles are launched or new hardware or anything new that's going to pop out, E3 always just sucks.
Interesting.
I want to say the person who won E3 was Nintendo. They showed off a lot of games with a lot of gameplay. A lot of other publishers didn't show off anything. It was mainly just cinematic videos and very little to no gameplay. You had EA showing off their Jedi Order or whatever. Wasn't impressed by it. I'm a little bit iffy on it. Then you had Ubisoft showing Watch Dogs, some gameplay from Watch Dogs and some other games. But everything was more like updates and, here's from existing games. Like, you had the Pacific Theater for Battlefield 5 and how that's a free update for that game. I didn't even tell you the truth, to be honest. I did not watch the Microsoft conference. I only saw the part of where Keanu Reeves showed up, which blew everybody's mind. That he was just there. I just love how he went real quiet, and you heard that one guy yell at him saying, "You're breathtaking," and Keanu was like, "You're breathtaking." That's one sly, cool dude. It's like
he's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I mean, he's been cool. When that's the thing, it's like staying cool for that long.
Oh yeah, dude. When he came up on stage, people lost their damn mind and just. That wasn't so funny when Buddy just yells out, "You're breathtaking." This is what sometimes I love about E3, because there's times where you just don't expect anything. Remember what was it? I think it was the 08-09 E3. Remember Kevin Butler, the VP of whatever in Sony PlayStation? When he came out and did that speech, best fucking moment of E3 ever.
That was pretty good. That was good. I met him a few years ago.
Oh, you met the actor?
He's just... Yeah, I mean, he's just a normal actor,
Yeah.
That was probably one of the biggest things of his life, but he's just a normal, cool guy.
I just love this attitude.
But, I mean, his character was definitely the best. But Microsoft released or told us about Project Scarlet.
Yes.
Did you see that?
The next Xbox.
It was pretty... Yeah.
How's it be running 4K?
I mean,
something hertz.
It's at 8K.
8K
gaming.
8K gaming.
120 frames per second.
Here's a fucked up
an
thing.
optical drive.
Or I
backwards
can't see that. Oh yeah, backwards compatibility is gonna be real huge for this generation. All because
you think so?
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be real huge for this generation. Come on, the new Xbox and the new PlayStation are being built similar to a PC. So you gotta have that backwards compatibility. it's not going to be hard to have that backwards compatibility. So, and that'll be great
Right.
because now people can still play their games, and especially if you can still connect to online servers with said multiplayer games.
Well, what I'm curious as to is like computers are getting like faster and better every single year. Like, what is it even worth it to buy a console for folks anymore? Like, what's the? I feel like they're just gonna have to have some sort of big draw that brings people in. You know?
Yeah, what's consoles are on their way out. PCs are
Hmm.
becoming more and more popular, but the number one theme that would destroy that console and PC industry, well, not destroy it, but really like make a push,
Affect it. Yeah.
streaming. So, like for example, Google Stadia. I don't know if you seen that some
Yeah.
games were announced for that platform. Google Stadia is just a streaming platform. You just connect to it with your phone or whatever and device. Somewhere in some place is the hardware running the game, and as long as you have a decent connection, decent internet speed and connection, you can play the game with no lag at all. It's just subtle.
Yeah.
So I
And
feel
then
like that's
that
gonna be
was
the
like,
future.
yeah, and that's what the second thing I want to talk about is like that's their big that was the one of the trends is like there was so many emphases on streaming services that's what I feel is going to be like the next big thing for gaming because I
Yeah,
mean they had like Ubisoft had one.
yeah, they have theirs.
Bethesda
Yep,
has its cloud streaming. Microsoft has a
X Cloud.
cloud service. Google's obviously, and then it's like basically who's gonna become the next Netflix for gaming,
Yeah,
basically.
so PlayStation has theirs with PlayStation Now. They just only been doing PlayStation Now was just their version of your backwards compatibility with PS3.
Right, right.
But even that, some games were eligible for like a payment, like a monthly fee with you get to play all these games. Where others were more like, hey, you get to play this game for you pay whatever price to play this game for 30 days, 60 days, 120 days, whatever. But
Right. How much is PlayStation now? I thought it was like a monthly fee too.
it depends on how if you want the monthly service to have only these sets of games you can play, cool. But then there's
Mm-hmm.
um, games that you had to play. You had to pay for that game and for a duration of time.
Oh, okay.
I don't use the service. I thought in the beginning I thought it was a great service. I was even a beta tester at the time when
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Now came out, and I was like, wow, it was pretty good. But this is when I had like 75 Mbps fucking download speeds,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good. And then I dropped to this bullshit ass 15 megabits per second speed, and now it's just I won't bother with it. But yeah, you had Bethesda announcing theirs. Yeah, it's just like everybody's starting to announce all these services, and I'm just when I was watching, I'm like, seriously, another fucking service? How many services? It's like the streaming. You have
Right.
Netflix, you have Hulu, then now you have, you know, HBO, Showtime, Disney's now coming out. It's like it's people are gonna be like, I'm gonna go back to cable.
Yeah, you think there's gonna be like a just oversaturation and people are gonna go like back to the classics. That's how I feel, man.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes when I like look at all the games I do have, and like, I think I only have one PS4 game, and that's Killzone. And it's not that I did it on purpose. It's just like with all the things you can download now, and it's just like I don't know. I get bogged down with the illusion of choice. Like I don't have Netflix, and we've
yeah,
talked about that. But like for me, if I'm gonna game or do anything, I want to do it as quickly as possible because it's taking me away from something else I could be doing, or like I'm choosing to play that. So like I want to do it as quickly and as like I want to maximize my time. So like they're trying. I feel like all these services are trying to like get to be the number one, but I don't really think gaming's about that. You know, I think it's about producing good games that people like to play, and
yeah.
I don't know if people are going to be down for it.
And I feel like that's already going out the window. Like good games people want to play is just started to just be a piece of shit. This is one that I had my rant last time about indie games. Is like that's where if you want a nice experience, like a single player experience, indie games are killing it, and these AAA games are just putting out just multiplayer trash that they're trying to monetize. So the $60 you spend is not the $60 that they just received. They want
That's
more.
not the only $60.
Yeah,
Right.
they want you to keep punching in more money.
Yeah.
And it's just but seeing
Plus
these
with, like, the
services is just
subscriptions.
like, oh yeah. Then you got these subscriptions for some games, and you have pre-order bonuses. You have season passes, and now some games are going to with you would get free DLC. But the monetization in there is like all how we make our money for the for you to get you guys these free DLC is by you purchasing cosmetic items. But then you find out the cosmetic items that are free in game are nothing but shit, and all the cool ones are gonna be paid. You gotta pay for real money, and it's like this is gonna be a waste. Like seriously, no, I'm not gonna bother. Like I really miss the old days of the $60 game that was fully packaged and ready to go. I miss that because that's when you really got a bang for your buck. Now this whole bullshit that games are getting more expensive to make, if you look at it, I feel like they're not getting more expensive to make. Technology that you just said is constantly increasing.
Right.
So is the software, and it's making it a lot easier for these developers to create it. The only problem is you have the publishers who are pushing developers to the brink of freaking insanity. That's what's making it difficult to make games.
Deadlines.
Yeah, that's the difficult part of making games. You have these publishers who are just constantly hitting these these deadlines with certain parts of the game that needs to be complete, or they need to use this type of software instead of that software. Where it's like, what the hell? We're so used to using this one. Why we got to use that one? Plus, this game we're making can't be set up on that one. Oh, so we got to reprogram the whole fucking shit. Yeah, it's just bullshit. That's why sometimes when I watch some of these conferences, I just wonder, like, man, I just wonder, like, the developers out there in the fields, like, I really hope the crowd really likes this game. And when they show off the game and nothing happens, they're like, well, there goes our bonus and possibly my job.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, man. It's like they're under like some creative deadline, but it's like, what's the deadline really mean if it's not gonna produce a good product?
Yeah. But talking about good products, let's get into E3 before we get on our rant. So, like I said before, Nintendo was a clear winner. Here's why. One, they announced Breath of the Wild 2 for the Switch. Fucking loved it. I love the first one. Can't wait for the second one now. They also gave us some more detail about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Jesus, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Me and my buddy were having a conversation on it. I think I'm gonna be getting Shield. He's gonna be getting Sword, so that way we could trade Pokemon whenever. And also, me and him came up with a great idea. And please, Pokemon Company, I will sell you this idea. Or just sponsor us for just for a low monthly fee.
Couple episodes.
for a low yearly fee of $1 million. It's cheap. It's cheap as we could go. But no, I was telling him that it would be great that after they launch this game, that for DLC to keep this game going as great DLC, they should launch each region from previous Pokemon games that your character can travel to, capture Pokemon, and fight in the gym battles and the league in those regions.
Okay.
He was like before I could finish my statement, he just went. He goes, "I will buy every single one of them." I was like, "Yeah, I know you would." I'm like, "I would too, even if they charge for each region $20 to $40, I'll freaking buy it too."
Are you serious? That's like 4 new games.
I know, but it's like I would buy it too because it's Pokemon. If you look at the trailer and like the game itself, dude, it's not your typical Pokemon game. It's a full-on 3D open world experience. And if they were to redo that with all the old regions from Pokemon Red all the way to the last one, which was Sun and Moon, in this environment. I was like, I'll be like, this will be amazing. People will, all these Pokemon fans will jump on it. They will make
Mm-hmm.
more money off the DLC than they were to sell just one game at a time.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
and I feel like that for them, good business, good business. And now your team has something to look forward to build these DLCs. You don't
Right.
have to worry about making the next Pokemon game or the next whatever game you guys that they have, set. It's like just do this and boom, you're done. Yeah, you're probably sick and tired of Pokemon, but it's a good business strategy.
Yeah. And I noticed you didn't mention the big one.
What big one?
Animal Crossing got delayed.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
that's funny. Tell you the truth, I never played Animal Crossing. So when you just said the big one, I'm like, what big one am I missing from Nintendo? I just hit Zelda and Pokemon. What other one? I'm about to piss off a bunch of Animal Crossing fans who listen to this podcast.
No, I thought it was funny because you mentioned you hit Legend, you hit Pokemon, but that was the only other one that I read about is that it's Animal Crossing New Horizons is delayed till 2020. Sorry, fans.
Well, check this out. At least it's still getting fixed and being made as a better game. So
That's true.
that's what I like about Nintendo. They had their faults when coming out with a few shitty games for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That is like they just threw it out there, but recently they're like, no, we're making quality games, and that's what we're always about. So
Mm-hmm.
like that Kirby game, it took I think Kirby Star Allies. It took them about 7 months after it dropped to actually fix the fucking game and make it better.
Right.
But yeah, they also announced the Dragon. What's it called? Dragon Quest. Some Dragon Quest characters as DLC for Smash Bros. Along with Banjo Kazooie. A bunch of Banjo Kazooie fans were going nuts out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say the reason how they got that character was because the first Banjo Kazooie was on the Xbox. Jeez, was on the Nintendo 64. It's
Right.
just because of because of Nintendo's and Xbox relationship. Well, Nintendo and the Microsoft's relationship working with each other.
Which is.
They've been nothing crazy. They've been doing crossplay with each other, like crossplay, and a couple other things. Even the fact that the xCloud product will be coming over. It's rumored that it's me coming to the Switch as well. So you're able to play Xbox games on your Switch. First time you'll be able to play Halo on your goddamn Switch while
That's
on the
cool.
go.
That's cool.
Yep. So since the relationship's been getting good, even shockingly, Sony and Microsoft's relationship started working out well.
It's getting better.
And now because Xbox wants Sony's imaging technology, supposedly like Sony's imaging technology, for example, their scanners, their scanners and their cameras are just like way beyond anybody.
Well, they make them probably, don't they?
Yeah, they make
don't
them.
They make that
Sony
stuff
makes
themselves.
them. Yeah, Sony makes them themselves, and you could find these parts like within your phones as well. Like, yeah, you may have a Samsung or Google phone, but if you crack that bitch open and look at the camera, you might see Sony on it,
Right.
and that's because Sony makes great imaging camera parts. So
Right.
Microsoft wants those for the Xbox, I guess. What their next project is, along with Sony wanting more of that technology of the xCloud, that cloud gaming. Sony bought a company named Gaikai, rebranded it, and they started the PlayStation Now. I'm guessing it's a decent service, but they want to be able to make it much more efficient. So by working with Microsoft and Microsoft's cloud service, with the xCloud, be working together to build that service and bring it over to Sony, so Sony can have their games on it as well, running
Right.
at a smoother, low latency gameplay for people.
Makes sense.
It was kind of sad not to see Sony there, though. It felt weird.
I feel like they're just so big though. They can just be like, yeah, we don't need to go this one. You know,
Or the
they need
next
to make
one.
they need to make an announcement. Like you'll hear about it somehow.
The state of play. That's what they're talking about. That they may come out with a state of play, like Nintendo does. Nintendo Direct video.
Mm-hmm.
Sony does State of Play, and it's kind of
Right.
funny, State of Play, State of the Union, but in their State of Play, that's when they'll announce like what they have planned, new games, new releases, possibly new hardware. I have a feeling this, I want to say November, possibly, is when they will have a conference on their own, like they did last time to announce the PS4 and do it to
Mm-hmm.
announce the PS5.
Yeah.
I bet you any money they're gonna do that.
Dude, that's crazy. 5 PlayStations. We've
Yeah,
been around for all of them.
yeah. I wish I still had my PS1 and PS2. Right now, I got my PS3 and PS4 sitting next to PS4 Pro sitting next to each other. I
Mm-hmm.
just wish I had my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 that was there too.
Yeah.
It like, dude, a part of me just, I go to Amazon and I just look up PlayStation or PlayStation 2 and I look at it, it's like I want to buy it just to have it.
Just to put it in a time capsule, put it in a box and bury it in the backyard.
Nah, not even. Just like maybe like get a couple games and just play them.
Yeah. I set my PS3 up downstairs. I'm enjoying it for sure.
Using it as your streaming box.
Yeah,
You
whenever
still
I
got
need
the
that
fat or the
throwback.
slim?
Oh, I still got the fat one, dude.
Dude,
Dude, I
how the
got the
fuck you still have the fat one?
I no, this is what happened. This is what happened. Remember when I had the yellow light of death?
Yeah, we all did.
We all did, but mine was still under warranty. So
Okay.
I don't know how, but like I sent it back and they sent me another one back, but they send you the same one that you had back. And I had already changed the hard drive.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was pop out the hard drive, pop out my hard drive, pop in the old one, send it back. They sent me a brand new PS3, and then I popped in my hard drive, and then I just I kept it a fan by it, and I never had any problems since. And so
This mofo.
yeah,
Does it still have like the what you call? Did you get the one, the 60 gigabyte version with the
Where
ports for the
yeah,
SD
yeah,
card? That's, you still have
yes,
that one?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh my god, bro! If you keep that one top notch, pristine condition, I guarantee if you ever want to sell it, that particular version will sell.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get rid of it for sure.
Oh my god, dude, I missed that one. You gotta send me pictures,
Mm-hmm.
bro. That
Okay.
was my first one. That was my first one.
That was everybody's. That was my first one. I
Yep,
mean,
the 60
I
gig.
got I got a new one, but I mean, I only had one model.
Yeah, I had that one. I had the 60 gig until I got the yellow light. Couldn't get nothing done to it because it was out of warranty.
Mm-hmm.
Sent it back. Sent it in. Then they sent me the slim version,
Oh,
and I was
okay. So
like,
see
okay,
that was our only difference. They sent you
yeah.
back a slim. They didn't send me a slim.
They sent me this. They sent me back to slim.
Wait, did you
Oh,
pay for it?
yeah, I had to pay for it, half the price.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least they did something.
This was during my bootleg times. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working my ass off. And yeah, I got the money, sent it in. I was happy when I got it back, and I started playing it. I'll never forget when I got it back. I had it shipped to my grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
and
remember you telling me a story. It's
and
coming
dude,
back to me.
yeah, and on the same day when I got it shipped to my grandmother's house, the same day, my grandmother and my grandfather were talking about buying a new TV. I was like, I'll go with you and help you pick out your TV. Helped them pick out this bomb ass 1080p 120 hertz TV that my grandmother still rocks to this day.
Nice.
She loves it. I hooked up my PlayStation right when I got it. I hooked it up, put the settings on max. I'm playing it, and I'm just like, this is amazing. That's
I think I remember. I think I remember you were calling me, or maybe I think we all had this at one point where like we made the upgrade, and then you were like, Mark, can you can see the rain in Uncharted, right? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's crazy, right?
Because man, I used to play on this when I first got the PS3. I had a tube TV. I was
Yeah, me
using
too.
just
The 3-prong.
the 3-prong, and then upgraded to the 5-prong.
Okay, fancy.
Then after that, and on that tube TV that had the 5-prong, I'm like, okay, this is pretty decent quality, whatever, but it's still like 4:3. Then I changed the settings on the TV so it could be like 16:9, but it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember playing a few games. I was like, oh, this is okay. Then when we got our first HD TV, which was a plasma, but it was 1080i, hooked up the PlayStation. I remember playing Gran Turismo's their demo, the tech demo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! It was just like, wow, this game looks real. The
Right.
environment, everything. I'm like, this is the future of gaming. So yeah,
Yeah.
I miss Sony. If they were still, I feel like if even though they would have went to the E3, they had nothing. They really
Yeah.
everything that they had. I mean, everything that they talk about was already out or coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So them missing this year is good, and I feel like when they come back around and in the fall time, I want to say they're gonna announce fall or even close to the winter. They're gonna announce their state of play,
Console.
and then they will announce the PS5 along with stats and hopefully a tech demo showing this is the power and this is the power, but also this is what the console is capable of doing. Let's watch it, and then I watch every fucking nerd just jizz in their pants.
Definitely.
That just reminded me. You know, Jack Black has a YouTube channel, right? Gaming channel
Oh no, I did not.
called I think is Jabinski Games, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hilarious. So I'm watching some of it, and he's at E3. So he's walking behind this guy. And he points at his shirt. I'm guessing it's like one of Jack Black's band. What the fuck is his band's name?
Oh no! I know the name. I know the name.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. Good job.
So, buddy's, I guess he has a Tenacious D shirt, and on the back it shows all the places that they're going, like their tour.
Mm-hmm. The tour.
So Jack Black is walking real close to them, and Buddy turns around and went, "Oh my god!" Started talking. He's like talking for a bit. He's like, "What's up, Buddy?" And then dude starts just going, started shaking violently during his
Oh my god!
crash. He's like, I think I just nut. I think he's like, I think I just came. And Jack goes, "That is the best kind of flattery I have ever gotten."
That's hilarious.
I died when I saw that shit because he looked at him weird. He was, "What the hell?"
Like, what's wrong with you, man?
But dude, watching like his little tour and everything, I'm like, this guy's a fucking clown.
He's a clown. But clowns are great.
Yeah, I'm like, he's a fucking clown, but also like he's fucking cool and sweet as hell.
Yeah, that's what
His whole posse
everybody
was
that's-
at him with him because he had to do a show there. I guess he was on stage at E3, and his whole crew and everything's there. He's walking in the room. He goes, "Hey, you got him like, hey, you guys got some Chinese?" Was in the hallway. Hey, you guys ate Chinese in the hallway. Like, he's telling his people like, "Hey, go eat." And then his son pops out of a box with a Borderland mask on, scaring the shit out of him. And he just see him just walking past, like, he just lost a few years.
Yeah, he's cool. He seems like a cool guy, and everybody that I've never seen him or interacted with him, but everybody I've met that has says nothing but the same thing. Super chill guy.
Yeah, even for him being a rock star.
Yeah,
He's super chill. Like, just seeing like the videos and everything, like his vlogs, I was like, this guy. I'm definitely subscribing to his channel. He's fucking dope. Like, I hear everybody just loving his channel because it's not just some celebrity trying to start a YouTube channel, you know, be real big. No, he just started this out of nowhere. He didn't know what he was doing. He had his son help him, like, stream games, and that's all he did.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, this is, and just funny ass content.
Yeah, that's all you need, man. I mean, people. I mean, even with this podcast, but people want to watch, listen to, consume people. We don't want to. It doesn't. The game doesn't matter.
Consume people.
What you want to make doesn't matter. You want to watch somebody who's interesting and exciting and fun.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about the Avengers game? What are your thoughts on that? You superhero fanboy?
Iffy.
Why?
Because the crazy thing is, they didn't show us gameplay. They just showed us a cinematic trailer.
Okay.
But everybody that they took to a back room and had them actually see gameplay and actually play the game, they were like, why didn't you show us this in the beginning? I get that was the theme of this E3. Don't show gameplay. Just show cinematic videos. Talk some shit about your service and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix, this one was just like, yeah. I keep hearing from everybody that it looks good. They should have done this instead of showing off the damn cinematic trailer. But I'm kind of open to it. I'm just waiting to see more on it. I really want to see gameplay. I want to see how you play as each character. People were saying
Mm-hmm.
the Hawk being this massive being, that he's super agile and fast. It's like, yo, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You're not just all muscles McGee over here, but you're also pretty quick too. So I like that. They said playing that store was pretty fun. The best one they were talking about was Cap, hands down. I'm guessing because of his acrobatic agility and him throwing his shield.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I want to see more gameplay on it. I want to check it out. It kind of does look interesting. It's weird because I'm so used to the MCU's version of the heroes, and seeing them is like seems weird. Black Widow looks different. Just looks like a traditional character you just pulled from a stock, and here you go. That's Black Widow with red hair.
Right.
Like some of the characters look like stock characters.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what they are though? I don't know. Almost.
They tend when they model characters in the game, they tend to model them by their voice actors or even certain like other people that they just come up with.
Right. So. Oh my God! I can't stop yawning.
Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Mark just jumped on this morning cast, and he's hungover from last night. So
Yeah. Basically. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So when you think of or Captain America,
yeah,
do you think of Chris Evans or do you think of another face that's like a white guy?
I think of you, sweetheart. No,
I see. I appreciate that.
it's funny. The first person that comes to my mind is Chris Evans.
Okay.
He's been playing the role for so long. He's been doing it very well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm gonna grow old, and there's gonna be a new Captain America. I'm gonna be like, that Cap ain't shit. My Cap in
Right.
my day was way better.
Right. That's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm glad we have the cast so we can go back to this episode.
And talk shit like you said.
Yep.
Tony looked weird when I saw the video of like Tony without his armor on and the beard. I'm like,
All right.
wait, when did Tony become a lumberjack all of a sudden? And
Get
it was
some free time.
yeah. That's when I found out that after when it was Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, and Marvel working together making on this game, and what happened was Disney and Disney gave input to Square Enix, letting them know, or I think it was mainly Marvel, saying that they cannot use any likeness or references of the cinematic universe.
Right, because I think that's because is that because they signed the contract? They signed the contract exclusively for the rights. So, like for example, Chris Evans can do another movie,
Yeah.
but he can't even walk down the street as an extra in a background with a Captain America T-shirt on, because any like association he has with that universe is like Disney has to own the exclusive rights to.
Yeah. But didn't that happen to that Kevin Butler guy, the actor?
Yes.
That right there happened. That's why they stopped. Man, I wish that never happened. He would have been killing it with the PS4 marketing.
Yeah. I mean, I also think his. I don't know if it was a contract. I know it was the character from Jerry, but I forgot. Let's see. Conversations, titles. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. He had so many commercials.
Yeah, just
They just were cranking them out.
yeah. But what's your thoughts on Marvel's Avengers from
I
Square
mean,
Enix?
what did it say? It said the last thing I said they were going to try to not have microtransactions, which we'll see.
No, they're
But
not. They said they're not gonna have microtransactions, but they are monetizing it by you being able to purchase outfits and characters
Right.
and other crap, and it's like,
And look, this is how I feel about the cinematic universe. It's very like the way it's geared up is it's geared to not make people buy one game or see
yeah,
one movie. It's geared to get you to be a fan of all of it and to keep coming back. So, depending on what kids are playing and what everybody's doing at that time, they need to figure out a way to like shimmy themselves in that market. And if they don't, it's just going to be like another content, right? But
yeah,
if they do, they'll just even get that much stronger and more powerful, which is good and bad at the same time. But
yeah.
we've already talked about that. Um,
Um,
I have,
sticking
I
with,
have, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, sticking with Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII remake. Holy shit! That right there was another major impact on me. Played Final Fantasy back when I was a kid on my PlayStation 1. Never
One, yep.
beat it till to this.
You never beat it.
When I was a kid, I
Oh,
beat it
dude.
finally when I bought the game again on my PS3 and played it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally beat it, enjoyed it. I was like, wow. But my only gripe with Final Fantasy VII, the remake, is that they're breaking into episodic parts. So the first episode takes place in Midgard. You go through it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Then there's gonna be a part two, episode 3. I really don't like how they're breaking into episodes because that leaves room for just like, we're not gonna finish it.
Yeah, and I feel like they're doing that just to break up for people's attention spans now. It's like, oh, I have to have it easily digestible, but I don't know. For me, I like I thought the arch was like wonderfully done.
Yeah,
So that's one of the games where it's like I'm not upset that they remade that. Like you can remake that as many times as you want. Just don't change the story.
yeah. No, the gameplay seems amazing. The way you could switch between characters, they showed off. Hell, people were talking about how hot Sephiroth looked, the villain. Um, I'm just, I just can't wait to play it. People were even shocked when Tifa. When I saw Tifa go in there, I was like, yeah. Oh, she don't have her big boobs. She's missing one major asset.
Well,
No, that was from what I saw from an
it is
article.
2019, Tank.
Yeah, and I was born in '89, so guess what? My mind is still back there.
Oh shoot, are you? You're 30.
Going to be 30.
Yeah. Oh, duh. We were talking.
Yeah. So you coming to
That's
Chicago
crazy.
with my dirty 30 or what's up? I need somebody to steal alcohol from me.
Steal alcohol.
From
Very
from the
funny.
tender.
Very funny. I apologize, whatever bar in Chicago that was.
Ay.
I'm just gonna move on.
We're gonna move on. Keep going.
What are your thoughts on so this year's show was smaller.
It
Uh,
was.
Only 66,000 people attended 2019. 69,000 people attended 2018 E3. Xbox Phil Spencer said that was basically because Sony didn't attend. Do you agree or disagree?
I would disagree. It wasn't because of Sony not attending.
All
First,
right.
E3 has been on a decline for years.
Uh-huh.
Nintendo was the first one to see it. Nintendo was the first one to dip from it and said that we're no longer doing shows. We're no longer doing these live, shows. You're to check out these directs. People hated the directs, but then after they grew to love it because Nintendo started to come out with more and more of them throughout the year, showing off they're not just new games, but also the states of their current console that at the time, the games that they're working on, and also games that are coming out in the next few months or weeks. PlayStation is slowly on its way doing it. For them skipping out, I think that's what dropped the numbers. But with 66,000 attending this year, with only 69 from last year, what are you telling me? An additional 3,000 people didn't come because Sony's not there. No,
Right.
E3 is already on a decline. It was a trade show. People went there
Right.
to speak with retailers and do all this other stuff. But now it's like that portion, that trade portion, that needs to go. It needs to just be a full-on convention,
Mm-hmm.
just about games and just news. That's all. The trade stuff, that's all out the window. Nobody
Yeah,
goes
I
to
mean,
nobody goes to conventions for trade anymore.
right. 2017 was E3's first E3 that was open to the public,
And
and
it
then
wasn't the numbers like extremely high when
yeah,
they opened in 2017. I think it was like what I was trying to go. I think I was trying to go with my guy that first time.
right.
Damn, what was the numbers they
I
said?
mean, similar. I mean, they don't. I don't think it. Let's see. This
I think
this
it was
article
above.
doesn't show.
I think it was definitely above 70,000 people.
Oh, okay.
That first time they opened right back to the public.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. But then even then, from that, it's been declining ever since.
Yep.
But so yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that conventions need to be more about like people coming together and like sharing being a fan versus like and seeing what's new and what's gonna come out next versus like I mean I don't even know what was that. I can't even remember what was that trade. I don't know, just weird gaming stuff that people like you or me, like unless it was like a mouse or a keyboard or a
Yeah.
controller, like we wouldn't care about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like for example, Incompetent Nerds came out with this awesome keyboard accessory for not just for your console or PC, but also for your devices. And we go to that show just to sell it to like
Right.
Walmart or Target or somebody like, hey, or
Right.
even the
Right. Right.
internet, like Amazon or just somebody like, hey, we got a product, it's great, people are liking it, look it, test it out, tell us what you think. We're planning on selling it this much. You can make a profit. Like, that's out the window now.
Right.
E3 is seen mostly now as just a gaming convention. Same way as people see Comic Con as comic convention,
Right.
or anime conventions. Like for example, there's one in Chicago in Rosemont called ACN Anime Central. That's a comic. That's an anime convention. It's like that's what E3 should be now be focused on. Hell, PAX East, I think it was. The people who run out the PAX Penny Arcade Experience, they wanted to buy E3 to transform it into what they have. But I forgot what they're fucking called, the electronic trace whatever. I think it's like ESG or
ESA.
ESA. Yeah, they're just a bunch of fucking morons. They're gonna listen to this podcast and somehow get us canceled.
Can't somehow get us canceled.
You want to get us canceled? Pay me, motherfucker. $2 million each.
You have big lofty goals. I love that.
Hey,
Um,
if you want to shut down Incompetent Nerds, pay us. If not, we'll keep talking.
no. I think that's a good way. I think that's a good element to leave on.
Yeah, you want us to stop talking? Pay us. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a lovely weekend. I'm heading out to my sister's birthday, going to throw axes, and possibly going to Puerto Rican Fest. Hopefully,
Hold on, I got so many things to tell you about.
What? I'm giving my outro. You can give out your outro now.
Okay, sorry. No. I interrupted. Redo your outro.
Going to the Puerto Rican Fest to eat and act bug, and also going to my sister's birthday and throwing axes. So, I have a big day today.
It is the weekend. Yeah.
It is the weekend.
I got a comedy show tomorrow. Are you gonna put this up today?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up today.
Okay. I got a comedy show in Van Nuys tomorrow. Comedy Club at the Springbrook. Come through 9:30 p.m. on Father's Day. I got a show on the 22nd at JR's in Valencia. So come through, see your boy. You can find me Instagram, Twitter. All the links are in the description. But yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back at you next week.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.